Hi. Well, happy First Day Friday.
Yeah! Happy First Day Friday! How's everybody doing? Been a bit, hasn't it?
Has it?
I think so.
Has it?
It's been at least a week.
Not long enough.
I don't know. Anyhow, we actually have been holding on to this review for a little while now. We saw Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Then a couple days later on my birthday, we saw Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Did we see everything? I feel like there was a few things left unseen. I'm the first person to make that joke, and I deserve a reward.
How's that?
Ah! But
So,
really, yes, it was neat
anyhow,
to see two multiverse movies. What are the chances that two multiverse movies would be in the theater at the same time?
Relatively.
It's staggered, but
time.
yeah, well, they were both. They were both showing. We could have gone
Yes, we
to
did.
the theater and watched both in the same day.
Everything Everywhere All at Once actually came out before Doctor Strange, though it kind of slipped past our radar at the time. Mm-hmm. It turns out we were seeing it literally 2 months to the day of when it came out.
Yeah.
We were really slow on the uptake on that one. And boy, are we glad we got to see that.
Yeah, it was already in the last theater, or the last...
Yes, you can explain that.
Yeah, when the movies, okay.
You all right over there, girl?
Yeah, fixing my beak.
Oh.
Yeah, it was in the last theater, or last auditorium in the theater, I guess you would call it.
Last screen.
Yeah, and it was all the way, as movies, at least in all the theaters I've been to, as they've been in the theater longer, they get pushed further and further back through the theater, and this one was almost outside. So that's just what happens. And I've seen a few movies like that. Sometimes you get a good deal. At the very least, you get a quiet theater.
I was actually surprised for as late as we were to go see it. There were still plenty of people there in the theater. I didn't exactly look around to see how many people were there, since we actually got there right before the final trailer was over, and we were cutting it close. But there was still a fair few people there. And I've been the only one in a theater before.
Same.
I think it was How to Train Your Dragon 3. I was the only person in the theater
Probably
seeing
the only
that.
person in America that saw it.
And I don't think it was like that late into its release. It was probably like within the first couple weeks. It was probably during the afternoon, and not like after everybody's gotten out of school and work and whatnot. But still, it was really strange that nobody else came in the theater. I had a theater to myself.
Doctor Strange.
Yay! Good segue.
Oh, yeah, it happened in Batman too for me. But anyway, about the movies.
What happened to
Being the only one in the theater. Come on.
Okay,
we're talking about Doctor Strange.
Right, I'm not sure what
everything all at once. And you're like talking about something else.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Bit of a letdown. Gotta say, of the two movies, Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely the better film. And we'll get to talking more about that one after we're done with Doctor Strange. But Doctor Strange let me down.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked him better in Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely. There was definitely some neat eye candy and some really awesome surprise cameos that I absolutely loved, but I was hoping that...
Yeah, the surprise cameos were the only part that I thought was, like, really good.
Yeah, I thought there would be a lot more, like, I think, like, a lot of people, when you're like, Multiverse of Madness, I was like, oh, it's going to be chaotic cameos everywhere, and we're going to see how crazy life is and the dozens of different dimensions. And
I expect the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel to be what I expected this one to be when it comes out.
I thought it was going to be
and it's been pushed back to next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Be a little while.
Doctor Strange.
But there was not a whole lot of multiverses that they visited. Yeah, the first time we really see multiversal stuff, they kind of just flash through a bunch of different places with a few references to things, but then we just settle into one universe that's almost kind of like ours already, but like just a few weird differences.
Yeah.
And we get to see a few characters that people have been wanting to see, and that was the best part of the movie. and then that's over, and the movie kind of just drops in quality after that. And the main villain that the trailers seem to be hinting towards ended up being, a minor role in the story compared to who ended up being the real.
I'm not terribly disappointed by that. It was nice, but it's still.
I agree. I agree that I think the villain we did get was pretty cool. I definitely liked them, but as far as what the trailers seem to be promising, I thought was a letdown. Again, just the lack of the multiverses that we were promised.
That we assumed.
Well,
we weren't promised anything.
It wasn't very bad to me. I thought it was just.
What are you talking about? It was crazy. Those pizzas were balls. That's crazy. I did like.
I'm sure somebody's out there has seen this movie and made pizza balls as a thing.
Yeah. The first time I actually saw a pizza ball was on Eric Andre.
Oh, really?
Where he had seemingly taken a large pizza and rolled it into a ball
you mentioned
shape.
Eric Andre. We just watched a movie that Eric Andre had as probably his first movie role.
Yeah, possibly. But
yeah.
But anyway, getting back to the movie at hand here.
Doctor Strange just is such a control freak. He can't be the one to not be holding the knife. That was kind of the through line of the story.
Yeah.
Is that he's always the one who has to be in control of the situation. He can't relinquish to anybody else. Even though it's been previously established that now Wong is now the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. Well, Doctor Strange.
He still acts like he is.
Yeah. But Doctor Strange never got the title in the cinematic universe.
Did he not?
Nope. Look up. He never got the title.
I could have sworn he did.
He was in training in the first movie, and then when his cameo appearances, it's not really addressed what his ranking is.
Huh.
And the next time we see him in his own, the next time they even address it, was what was it? Was it Shang-Chi? Which I think it was Shang-Chi was the last time. Or was it Shang-Chi? What was the one? Or maybe it was the Spider-Man movie. That he mentions that Wong got the title because Doctor Strange couldn't get it.
Yeah, well,
because he was snapped for 5 years. So
he was in the blip.
He was blipped. Yeah, he was blipped. But the title was an open position that he never earned.
Really?
Go back and watch it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I could have sworn he had the title in the Avengers. Endgame and
he was a very powerful wizard.
He had the title.
Yeah, he was a very powerful wizard, but I'm you call me on that. Leave angry comments in the comment section, but I am certain he never actually earned the title. I don't think it's addressed until Spider-Man.
Okay.
But anyway, what I liked is that it's a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, I went into the movie not knowing that at all.
See,
I didn't know that until the end credits said directed by Sam Raimi.
Oh, come on. Well, there's another cameo in there. It should have tipped you off.
I mean, it should have, but it didn't.
Yeah, but...
I hadn't really thought about that. How long has it been since Sam Raimi did a Marvel movie and put him in it?
Oh, why are you ruining the cameos? You're giving way too many hints.
What?
You're giving way too many hints. Look, look.
You're saying that this guy being in the movie is like a given being a Sam Raimi movie.
Yes.
So that tells you who it is.
Well, I was trying to draw attention to it. Now you're drawing arrows to it. So it's good. If we're going to do that, yes, there is a certain person that Sam Raimi puts in like every single movie he does. But aside from that, there's a lot of shots that were, if you watch things like The Evil Dead 2, you can see there's a scene where one version of Wanda is being, she's having trouble focusing, and she's like stumbling around her kitchen, and they're doing this whole bizarre photo shoot. I don't know how to call it. It's like a montage where she's like stumbling around and things are moving around bizarrely, and she like looks at stuff, and like there's like these I don't know if it was beads or fruit on a plate that are all rolling around.
I remember that. That was actually pretty cool. I like that.
That was very much like The Evil Dead 2 when everything in the cabin's coming to life. There's a lot of little hints here and there. I mean, it's not all that, but there are definitely some Sam Raimi things that are very easy to see.
I mean, the final act of the movie happened. That was definitely very Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah, there's some unmistakable things, and then there's some more subtle things.
I don't want to give that far away. That was pretty darn cool. Between that and the cameos section that we talked about earlier, those are like the only two parts of the movie that I thought were, worth the whole build-up of this movie with all the teasing we got between WandaVision and the Spider-Man Far From Home movie. I don't know if it was just a script change that caused a lot of the multiversal stuff to get left behind, because this was supposed to have come out before Spider-Man, before Loki. So yeah, the COVID kind of screwed up the order of the releases, and I forget who they said it was, but there was some other guy who was supposed to be the director of this movie before they dropped out and Sam Raimi took over. So yeah, that could be the reason why it ended up being the way it is. I don't know, but I totally want to say I've heard that there's been a lot of mixed reviews on the movie, and I could definitely see why people are very mixed about it.
Yeah.
As far as a standalone movie, yeah, it was pretty good. As far as, the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole, there's so many other Marvel movies that I thought were far and away better movies than it is. And
I would agree, unfortunately.
They could have done a whole lot more to make this movie stand out, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah, all they had to do was just throw us crazy cameos in weird universes, and we would have been happy.
I mean, we could have even, like I said, I have a feeling that maybe they were too afraid of stepping on the toes of the Spider-Man animated movie with, having all these other cameos show up and, flash by and going to, a bunch of different parallel universes. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm definitely really, really excited for that Spider-Man movie next year, and I'm going to be chomping at the bit to see that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, then we could compare another multiverse movie.
Indeed.
Speaking of other multiverse movies, everything,
everywhere,
all at once.
Yay! That was so awesome, and I'm so glad we got to see that on my birthday. That was fantastic for the time that we saw it. And I wish I don't know if I wish I saw that before
no.
Doctor Strange.
You save the best for last, always.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, so I had to look up the cast here just to make sure I got it right. But Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wong, and Ke Huy Quan as Waymond Wong, and Stephanie Su as Joy Wong, their daughter, are the main characters, with Jamie Lee Curtis playing a fairly prominent character as well. I believe she was shown in advertising, so that's not giving too much away.
She was.
But yeah, this movie is really hard to explain without, giving away a whole lot of the movie, but to spell it out in vagaries here, Evelyn is a housewife who feels like she hasn't done much with her life, and ends up finding out she is the chosen one, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
And is shown a way to connect to her alternate selves in other parallel universes, where things turned out completely differently for her. And is able to tap into her skill set from those universes with a very Matrix-like vibe to it. The way, Neo was able to plug into the chair and learn Kung Fu, she's able to tap into her other selves and just know how to do all these crazy things. And it really works. The method of which they initiate this, I won't spoil, but it was very creative and very, unique. I don't think I've ever seen a movie, do anything quite like this movie. The one big thing, though, I will say, this movie is a bilingual movie. They speak Chinese a lot with subtitles and English.
Oh,
and
my.
it's not.
Seriously?
It's not 100%. It's not like. It's pretty much 50-50, I feel like. But yeah, there's a lot of subtitle reading. So if you have issues with that, hopefully you can get past it and watch the movie anyway. It is definitely worth your time. So don't go thinking that, it's just a foreign movie with subtitles. It's got American actors in it that you'll recognize, like I mentioned with Jamie Lee Curtis and a certain other actor that once you see him, you'll be like, oh my God, it's them! So I won't spoil who that is. Hopefully you'll go and see it yourself. See, you've got some friends over there. Doing okay?
Yes. Just waiting for you.
Okay. But yeah, this movie did what Doctor Strange failed to do. They visited a whole lot of different universes, and each one of the different universes got to have its own time to shine. There was some crazy abilities that got to happen, some that weren't necessarily explained, but at the same time, maybe explaining them wouldn't have made the movie as good. They might have just cut those scenes where they explain how it happens or why it happens for time. This was a fairly long movie. I believe it said it was over 2 hours, 2 hours and 18 minutes, I think. But it didn't feel like it dragged on. I honestly don't remember how long Doctor Strange was, but it didn't feel like it was that long at all.
It dragged on.
Aha! Strangely, there wasn't a dragon in either movie. Was there?
Nope.
It should have been, though. In any case, definitely give my recommendation to Everything Everywhere All at Once. I should have looked up where this is available for streaming, or if or when it's available for streaming. But when you're able to go see it, I would definitely highly recommend you go see it. Unlike Doctor Strange, where you kind of need to know Marvel characters to really get the full enjoyment out of the movie, this one you don't need any kind of prior knowledge to enjoy. Just need to be able to read. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Anybody who has not seen this movie to go see it. It'll change the way you see the world for a while there. You okay there?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to apologize for the butchering of the Chinese name or the Asian names
okay.
at the beginning.
Then do you feel like pronouncing them then?
No.
Okay then.
Well, it doesn't mean you did a good job. And also, I
am not Chinese. I do not pretend to speak
We also both
Chinese.
Recognize that Chinese is not a language.
Okay, Mandarin and Cantonese, yeah. I know.
But yeah, we don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact dialect.
Yeah, I didn't look it up.
But yes, it's bilingual. Yeah, one of the actors is the guy Short Round, right? And
oh yeah, that's right. We did find that out. I didn't know that at all.
He's played significant. It's like he sounds very familiar.
He was also Data in the Goonies.
Yes.
The little Asian kid with the inventions.
Yeah. And this one, he's a kick-ass dude. So there you go.
Yeah, he actually does a really great job of playing like these two different characters. One who's just the henpecked husband, and the other who's kind of a secret badass.
Yeah. And then the actress, is she the actor, the main one?
Michelle Yeoh?
Yes, she is. She's been doing martial arts movies for a good portion of her career.
Was she in How to Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
I don't know, but
I have a feeling they were
Jackie
referencing
Chan.
that enough that it had to be something she was in.
Yeah, I
never saw it.
There's a few references. I like how overall it's a quirky action adventure movie.
Yes, and very funny.
Very, very bizarre fight sequences. It starts off very run of the mill.
Yes, it is very slow to start. So do not walk out or turn it off if things don't pick up too terribly quickly. But it will get there, and it will stay there through the entire movie once things start getting weird.
Yeah. They get weirder and weirder, and it comes to a very satisfactory conclusion.
Agreed.
That builds upon the previously established plot lines.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the very beginning, you're just meant to, get to know who these characters are, and what their life circumstances are, and how they got there, and then that all builds to where things start getting flipped upside down and turned on their head, etc., etc.
Sit right there. I'll tell you how it became the Fresh Prince of the Town called Bel-Air. In another universe.
Yeah, she might have. It's
yeah, you never
possible.
know. There's, it's great. This one deals a lot with multiverses. While she does not physically travel to any of them, you get to see.
Travel.
She mentally travels, but she does not physically travel to any of the dimensions. And you get a little glimpse of each one. Most of them are very similar, and some are way different. So it's definitely more
when
of a
we say
multiverse.
way different, we really mean really different.
Yeah, and they're fun and they're whimsical and it's all silly and it all serves the plot. And it was kind of closer to what we expected of Multiverse of Madness.
That's exactly the point.
So be it. You know what? If you go see it for no other reason, see it for freaking the amazing actors. Oh my gosh, Jamie Lee Curtis was my favorite in this movie.
Really?
Maybe second favorite because was it Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah.
I might be butchering that too. I'm sure I am. My apologies.
Evelyn. Her character's name is Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn was a wonderful character.
Indeed.
And I did like seeing all the Asian iconography because even though, well, my family is from that part of the world, so even though I'm not biologically part Chinese, I grew up with a lot of the same kind of iconography around the house.
I was going to say that there was a lot in that movie that I felt probably hit you close to home.
Definitely a lot. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff really felt very familiar. And I like to see more of that in movies. I'm glad to see some Asian representation in movies. And this one is just, hey, we're Asian. That's it. There's no big hook. There's no, it's just them being living in America.
And the fact that, this is a primarily Asian cast, they definitely didn't go the way that an American led movie with a couple Asian actors in it would do.
Yes, they weren't token characters.
Yes, exactly. They weren't. They didn't act like the token stereotypes or anything. They were basically just your average Americans, just that happen to be, Chinese.
Yeah, and down on their luck.
Exactly.
Fighting to make their lives function. And,
yes.
And they were, it's just wonderful. It's just so many things to unpack.
I definitely feel that whether you're Asian or whether you're, I don't know, what would you call that? Not blue collar? Would the blue collar be the right word?
Yeah, it's close enough.
So yeah, if you're Asian or blue collar, you're gonna, probably recognize a lot of things about them, their struggles, and identify with it. And even if you aren't either of those things, I think you'll still probably enjoy the movie, regardless. At least I certainly think you would. But yeah, the movie I can't recommend it enough. Just go see it. Whether it's in some, small cinema that still happens to be playing it somehow, or on whether on home media or streaming, go see it.
Yay!
I think I'm out of stuff to say about the movie.
I think that's all we need to say.
Without giving things away.
We can do a
I don't want to give hardly anything away. It was such a good movie.
Yeah, very in-depth characters too. That's real quick. That was one of the things that I really disliked about Multiverse of Madness is that outside of Doctor Strange, for the most part, the characters were very, very flat.
Agreed.
Like, their character trait was what you first saw them. Like, what's this person's trait? Oh, they have a power. What's this person's trait? They do this quirky thing. That's it. And that was the whole personality. And granted, I know if they did it the way I wanted them to do it, you would get even less, but... at the same time, everything everywhere all at once, every character feels fleshed out. Like they've got a backstory, they've suffered, and they're trying to overcome adversity. Even the bad guys, like even they have some character development.
Agreed.
Not a lot, but they do have some. So it's like, because there's not a lot, you only get so much time, but like they had, I feel, less to work with in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And they were able to make a more interesting, more developed storyline. And universe.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
And universes.
Although...
Multiverse.
Unlike Doctor Strange, where they're definitely setting it up for another sequel, which They didn't even say what
Surprise.
the sequel would be. This one, Everything Everywhere wraps up.
Yeah.
It's concluded. There's no sequel pull at the end to try to get you to, wait for the next movie to come out.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah,
So you watch it
it
and you get a complete story and you feel satisfied at the end, and it's awesome.
Yes. Although it is open enough where they could do more, but they really, but it's like, you're just being, it doesn't need more.
I mean, it'd be like The Matrix to the Matrix sequels.
Yeah.
The Matrix was a complete movie, and then they added more sequels that, whether you like it or hate them, they continued the story where it didn't necessarily need to.
Yeah, and that's where this would definitely go if they did more movies. It wouldn't be impossible.
Hopefully they won't.
The characters are still alive, is all I'm getting at. Most of the characters you see in the movie are still alive, so they could possibly do a sequel. Let's hope they don't.
There's nobody that dies.
Yeah, I hope.
There's definitely some.
There's definitely death.
Some great, action and fighting, and characters die, but because of the whole multiversal thing, character death isn't necessarily meaning you won't see that. It doesn't mean
the same thing. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Could see more, but it's too complete. Let's leave it at that. Multiverse of Madness. Can we get a do-over?
Yeah.
It wasn't. You know what? Let's
go to another universe and see their version.
Nice try there, guys. But I feel it was just pretty phoned in.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I definitely would say WandaVision was better than
easily.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, but WandaVision got a lot of episodes to get things right.
Yes, WandaVision had a lot more longer run time.
Yeah, and they were able to play things out naturally, whereas Multiverse of Madness had to wrap up in that about 2-hour time.
But they also could have just made Doctor Strange the series.
You know what? I would have preferred that, honestly.
You know what I'm saying? If the movie wasn't long enough to tell the story they needed, they could have just did a 5-episode Doctor Strange miniseries directed by Sam Raimi.
That would have been wonderful.
They could have had each episode have them go into a different universe.
That would be great.
You know what I mean? Or even two.
It writes itself. Okay. But I think that's it. We could just keep going on and on forever, but I think that covers all the bases.
What If was kind of what you might want from it. So yeah, if you saw Multiverse of Madness and you haven't seen What If, go see What If. Why haven't you seen What If?
What If is everything I hoped Multiverse of Madness would be. There you go. That's it. Watch the What If series. That's where it's at.
Or rewatch it.
Or rewatch it. Yeah, just sit through the cringe animation and you'll get there.
I didn't think it was that cringe.
No, I thought it was a little. Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Furry Mystery Box should be next Friday if our packages arrive in time. They were just shipped the other day, but they haven't moved out of Ohio yet. So hopefully they'll be here in time for next Friday. But thanks for watching, and we hope we'll see you next time. And hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.
Bye. I know I enjoyed it.